I actually was in a hospital back in Rio as part of my recovery. I watched a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I actually tried to kill myself. Long story short. Anyways, I go around with the truth because I'm happy because he can go to his own race recently. Do you guys talk to him at all? Like, do you guys participate in that kind of stuff? Like, advocacy at all? In terms of, like, helping mentally ill?
I haven't really involved in that.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like it's a very important one. I can't say that I know that much about it, obviously, but I'm glad that you're feeling better and glad that we could be a part of your road to recovery this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you guys first like look at the script for an episode, were you ever see a stunt or something that you kind of wanted to do, or how did they make you do that?
It's like you're in my head. You see the scene with me dripped in honey?
I wasn't complaining about that.
I didn't even know the cameras were rolling. That's how I prepared.
You did that scene very well.
Thank you.
And it was cold as well.
You didn't have to say that.
You said it multiple times.
But you didn't have to. Thank you.
This got downhill real quick.
Yeah. Guess I'll be joining you on that couch, buddy.
They went downhill almost was fine.
So my question is kind of specific to the internet, but I've seen the dub match wars that you guys do, and they're hilarious. So I'm just curious, how do you decide what songs you're going to do for that? Like, is there a cast discussion or something?
Well, didn't that start at Comic-Con last year, kind of? All in that box going a bit crazy on Red Bull highs. That's how it started.
That's the
So,
CGI
in San Diego Comic-Con
when he
is
turned
coming up,
into the
so
Thunder Monster.
we're not responsible for our actions during that time. So we're crazy.
Just remember what happens at Comic-Con stays.
Yeah, until you put it on the internet. You're thinking straight.
Sir?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say, this is for life. I'm actually a scientist in real life, and I actually really appreciate the way that it fits communicates and reminds me that I'm in my lab.
Who's your partner? Who's your partner?
Oh yeah, he's your sister.
You have to have a hashtag name, dude.
So I was just wondering if you guys have like a scientific consultant on set that like tells you how to like speak proper science, or is it just the script itself?
Well, the script definitely comes up with the scientific words because I could not do that. I mean, I definitely Google and make sure I'm pronouncing it right. We have a get out of jail free clause because we are British and so often we'll just that's how you say it in England. So
She's not lying.
no, we do. I mean, I'm a very medical family, so I call them and say, how do I say this? And they go, well, it doesn't exist, so. Which thank you. I always get a bit nervous when someone says they're a scientist because I never know what's coming because I'm sure I slaughter a lot of your beautiful language. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
All right, Sean.
So it's clearly like you guys really can't give a reward. What form is he going to come back
It sounds like you don't like it.
I didn't interpret that applause as people not liking me.
We wanted to leave the show.
4 goes. I don't know. I'm hoping for like robot. Next. You never know. Yes, and you're right. The live model decoys, or LMDs, have been introduced in our show. That was the very tag with Dr. Radcliffe there. So that's another huge door that's open for season 4. So we never know. I just hope there's honey.
Me too.
One episode after season 2, did you guys actually fall out while skydiving?
I do remember that episode. I do remember that episode. Did you notice that my hair did not move while I was skydiving?
That's some skill.
That's called a superpower.
It's a wig. It's all just plastic.
Secret safe. Yeah. No, we did not. That was one of the first scenes that you and I did together. And Elizabeth killed that. That whole episode was about Elizabeth.
We went to an unknown location. It was just a big aircraft hangar covered in green with harnesses that were wired up, kind of terrifyingly close to the ceiling. And I mean, how many foot up was that? I'm so bad at thinking about like.
Well, how many yards then, or how many meters?
Centimeters. I don't know. It was really freaking high. And as soon as you're harnessed in, it's such a pain to get you out of it that you basically, that's it, and you're just there. And it's quite tight on the bladder. So that was it.
You're telling me, yeah.
We really got to know each other that day.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
It was a cool thing to do, and we were strapped to various terrifying bits of equipment and spun around in lots of wind machines. So.
That was a really good episode that you brought up, and this has nothing to do with your question. But it was a really good episode because I remember we had Vince who was directing, and that was, while we were shooting it, we're like, obviously our pilot was great, Joss Whedon was at the helm and all that stuff, but that was one of the first episodes that we did where we're like, oh, this is what our show is about. It's really about the relationship between us. It just felt like we had found the show kind of in a new way, and we were all quite happy with that episode, and I was particularly happy because I'm in love with Elizabeth. So.
Quick follow-up question on that. Now, I know that as the seasons have gone along, the show has become a little bit more effects heavy. Like, how far in advance are you shooting? Like,
We start off a couple of weeks, almost, and then by the end, we are editing things. For instance, in our season finale, when Hive turns into the big...
hands up anybody who hasn't seen the season finale. Too bad. Get out.
What I was going to say is when I turn into Elizabeth's boyfriend. Sorry, Simmons. Okay, so we'll stop it at that. We'll say that...
Just say it, but they'll know what you mean, but don't
So there's an effect that happens in the finale that we cut together and then sent away to be rendered the very next day. So towards the end, we have a much smaller window to work with. And then it gets kind of just crazy. It becomes sort of a 3-ring circus on set. There's sometimes second unit shooting for the previous episode, and then the current one. Sometimes you're literally on 3 sets on the same day. And it's
running back and
confusing.
forth.
Yeah.
So the FX turnaround has actually gone quicker as the season's gone on.
It has. And I think the effects have gotten, better and better. More and more indistinguishable. It's pretty incredible. Mark Kolpak is
Turn back, I hope that's the last, that was it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
That's where you are. Colson, it wasn't that hard, buddy.
like Logan and Greg, who have these known characters already in the comics?
Great question.
Yeah, great. That's the next one.
I think from day one, well, I have at least felt very secure within such an amazing universe of characters and such a legacy that we then get to, be a part of. So that then allows you to kind of play within very safe boundaries. So I've really enjoyed it, and I think when we auditioned for the pilot, it wasn't completely written yet, so there was always a sense that whomever they cast in it would be able to help mold the characters, and you never know until you get a group of people together, sort of where the chemistry's going to lie and how everyone's going to interact with each other. So I think we kind of all found the characters together. Obviously they were wonderfully outlined by Joss Whedon and Marissa Tomei and Jen Whedon, but then once we all amazing. It's really cool. And then obviously having Greg Coulson at our helm has been the best thing ever. That we all very safe in his. I was going to say hands, but that's just.
He's only got one. The other one's robotic, and he's not gentle. Just saying. There was a little bit of freedom too with the show, because this was Marvel Studios' first foray into television as well. So I think that we were finding the characters at the same time we were finding the show, and it's not like jumping into a franchise movie or something. We're telling a story in a completely different way. I mean, they're brilliant at these huge blockbuster movies. But we're doing something different. We're telling a story an hour at a time, and we're being invited into people's living rooms. So it's a completely different thing, and I feel like it was kind of exciting. It felt like we were on a new frontier. Now, granted, the frontier was quite small, but I mean, it was still significant. I feel like we were doing this whole thing together, and it really felt that way too. There was really no precedent, and everything was connected as well. So that was kind of fun too. In our first season, we go to Winter Soldier. Private screening beforehand, and we're like, we're doing a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just do it up. And we're not in the season finale yet. So,
Is that Brent, don't worry, you don't like it. It's fine.
when did they tell me? They told me a little bit after that. We were all just kind of confused, I think, at that point. We're just wondering what in the world do we do. I dodged a couple of bullets.
That first season was really, really good, and then it was, oh my god, it really helped the dynamic of the series to just flip some stuff on its head, right?
Well, there's a lot of freedom, I guess, when you are part of a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't exist anymore. It's like,
And to follow up that later, how does it now feel to open a Marvel comic book and see Simmons as a Marvel commander?
It's crazy. It's so lovely to come to these things and get to sign comic books that have you in it. It's such a trippy thing, and we just feel so lucky. And I just love seeing all the different artist interpretations, and then just to really feel like we're a part of that world, and we've kind of been accepted is unbelievable. Yeah, amazing.
yeah, and I get to wear the Iron Man suit in my comic books, so. Spoiler alert. What's Daisy's?
Hi, I'm Sean. Brett, what was it like for you to basically have to play 3 different characters? Yeah. Elizabeth, what was it like for you to respond to that?
First of all, I didn't know that I was going to play 3 characters when I started out. Contrary to my Wikipedia page, which I believe says that I knew from the very beginning or something like that. I'll be sure to edit that because I started that rumor. So it's just been good, man. It's been a crazy opportunity. You know, that's why we all love what we do. We all are one big happy family, and I've just got.
You were until you ruined it.
We were. But it's cool, man. I mean, you know, they've given me a lot of different opportunities. I could be on a lawyer show or something and just, you know, oh, this is the scene where I rest the case. Oh, this is the scene. You know, I wouldn't have anywhere near the kind of art that I've gotten. So every time they've given me something like this, I've seen it as a huge opportunity, and I've just ran with it. I mean, you know. I'm part of the coolest like universe in the world with the coolest bands in the world. We get the coolest props in the world. You know, like this is the best time of my life. Are you kidding me? Of course. Oh, I get to play that now? Okay. Fine, of course I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Well, they knew that you could do it as well. There aren't many people that you can just throw that at. I mean, our turnaround from reading the script, we're often shooting it that same day. And you can't do that to just any actor. You nailed it.
Well, until they find it. I'll pay you later.
But in response just to the question of like how I responded to it, just to bring it back to me. No, because the first time that I hardly got any scenes with you, and then we had that scene in the corridor with you being lots of different characters, and it was so cool to watch you like connect all the dots with that, and you worked on the accent, and it was, I didn't realize you were gonna go as far as you did. But then to see you do it as an actor, just being able to respond to whatever you're doing was so cool. And Dylan Casey, who played Will Daniels, when you got his accent spot on, and he had like an accent I never heard.
Yeah, not an actual accent.
He had a very specific way of doing that character, and you nailed it. It was freaky.
Elizabeth Henstridge, I tell you, I think this is where like the mutual, this is where I like fell in love with Elizabeth. Is this particular scene? So it's really funny.
It took you that long?
Oh man, I knew I was going to come back. No, but that was the thing. That's so kind of you to say, because I came home that day and I was just saying this exact same thing about Elizabeth is so good. You know, she came in and she cried at the same point every time. How did she do that? I don't know. The whole thing, it was just really great. I think we have a lot of talented people on our show, is what I'm saying. And there's a lot of love and a lot of respect.
My question was kind of already answered. The scene where Hyde comes back and, assumes the flesh of the first victims. I just wanted to know what that substance was, number one, which you kind of answered already. And I want to know how hard was that to deal with, and how many takes did it take to, be able to keep your face completely straight as it's like running down your face?
Yeah, did it tickle?
Guys, I've tried to put this out of my memory. I've really tried to forget. Gosh, I forgot what this stuff is called. It's a thickening agent that they use in milkshakes.
Is it really?
It is. It's food safe. And all day they were like, hey buddy, we got this warmed up for you. So this is the last thing we gotta shoot. No problem. It's all warmed up for you. And then by the time we ended up shooting, it's like, sorry buddy, it's cold as hell. And so they had different like thicknesses, and I had to put that stuff on me. And then after a certain point, the puddle, as you saw in the aerial shots, was so big they couldn't help me out. So I'm like picking this stuff up and putting it on my face, and oh no, you didn't get your ear. Oh, okay. And as soon as I put it on, I was, up until then, reading the script, all of that stuff, I was like, this is cool. This is like my Terminator moment. This is, this is like when he time travels. Like, it comes up and he does a thing, and it was very cool. So thank you, Arnold, again for the inspiration. But the whole time, yeah, it was extremely uncomfortable. And as soon as I felt it on my body, I was like, oh, okay, how few takes can we do this again? I think that was 1 hour.
You could have
And then it was 2 hours of trying to get that off.
you could have milkshakes named after you now.
The McHive. Thank you. I can't believe I did that. Yes, sir.
There it is again.
First off, Elijah. Second off, I read an article a couple weeks ago. Chloe Bennett that plays Daisy. If no one's that far, I mean, really? Just she mentioned how there's a bit of disconnect between the TV shows, like you guys, I guess, are and the movies. How it's probably unlikely that characters in TV shows will be in the movies. I just want your opinions on that.
I think logistically, for us to be in the movies is crazy. We shoot 10 months out of the year and
I'm free.
yeah, so logistically it's mad and we're so concentrated on our show while we're filming it. But every time Clark has a morning off or a day off, I'm always questioning him so hard the next day. Like, well, where did you go? Did you see anyone? What did you eat exactly for lunch? Was it set
How is
food or-
everything?
Yeah, exactly. But I think with the storylines, and we managed to weave it in, like in season 1, when it was so connected to Captain America, that was just so cool to be a part of that. And we'll see. I mean, the opportunity's always there. And we feel very connected to the universe in terms of essence of the tone and just the values that hopefully our show promotes that you see in the movies too. So I guess we'll just see.
Again, I'm free.
Don't say that, because you could come back. What about the robot?
Either way,
thing?
I've been working, so we'll see.
Why don't you have your own show like Coulson had his own show?
Oh my God! That is just brilliant.
Yeah, let's get on that today.
And we already have product placement. This is happening, guys. We're going to hear it first. This is an exciting bit.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely needs to happen. So my question is for Elizabeth. You talked earlier about being able to play off of Brad and all the other actors. So how much different is live acting than voice acting? But also voiceover work. So how much different are you two, and whether you like about it or dislike it? How the experience is different?
I mean, when you do voiceover, you can be in your pajamas. You don't have to wash your hair or brush your teeth. So that's a bonus. I love the interaction with other actors on set and the cameramen and just everybody involved in the process. I just love that, and I watch the show, but for me, it's more about the process of the filming and the relationships you have with different people and that kind of feeling of being in a family. Whereas when you do voiceover stuff, you are just on your own in the booth, and oftentimes you're not with that person in the conversation. So you're either listening to the recording that they did, or they haven't done the recording yet, so you get strange tan from someone trying to do the accent, which is interesting. I think acting, what do you call it? Acting? Acting on TV.
Just acting.
Just acting. It's my favourite, but voiceover is a very different skill, and it's one that I'd like to get better at, and I did really enjoy it, but it's very different.
Hello.
Hi. I was curious, what characters in the wider Marvel universe would you most want to cosplay?
Oh, Elizabeth. Time to go esoteric.
Me?
Time to get weird.
Anyone, honestly.
Mojo. This is a weird dude. This is a super weird dude. Now he's eating some milkshakes.
So that's War's next form, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I already have the hashtag Hojo. Yeah. Or Mive. Workshopping it. Workshopping it. Workshopping
It
it.
should be made, wouldn't it, though?
Yeah, our shipping name, yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you do? It can't be somebody that you've seen in a movie. Yeah. A crossover.
A crossover. I'm having an obsession with Black Widow at the moment. To get her own movie. And I want to be in it. Yeah.
Good answer.
Thank you. Yeah. I'd be anything, honestly. I'd wipe her shoes, I'd do whatever.
Hi, how are you? My name is Tommy, and I'm a big fan of the show.
You look amazing. Everyone take a look at this.
I was wondering if, Brett, you and Elizabeth could have one superpower for one day, what would it be?
One date? Oh, fine.
One day.
Start out at in and out. Go for a little jog. Sorry.
Go for a jog?
I don't know why I said that. I didn't even like to jog. I just.
On a date? That's not gonna work, just so you know.
I'll workshop it.
One superpower for one day. Well, one day, that's interesting, because I often think about flying, but then I just think someone would shoot you down, or you get caught in some AC thing. If it was for a day, then I might do that.
Those things can still happen in a day.
No, I just feel like it's less likely, But then you won't be very good at the start, perhaps, so maybe the first day that's more likely to happen, isn't it? Because you weren't very good at it.
Right. Yeah. You wouldn't be proficient. You would just be.
You're wobbling.
Yeah.
I want to just be able to click my fingers and be wherever I want to be. So I could just be at home for a cup of tea and then straight back again. We could pop to your houses between takes and stuff, get some chips, swim around. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I'll do that.
I don't know. Sure. That sounds good. That sounds like a good one. Sure. Let's go with that.
Swim underwater, that'd be a good one. No,
You
but
can't
like for a
swim
long time.
underwater.
I'm not doing it. Someone just putting me down there with the fish for ages.
Oh, you mean like hold your breath?
Yeah, but for a really long time.
But you'd
I
still
should
be
have just
swimming.
ended it when it was good. I didn't know when it was good.
You'd still be swimming normal speed. Or that's
Can you have a
concluded.
combo? Can you have really hold your breath and be really fast? Or is that like minus two? Yeah. Skills.
That'd be fun.
I don't want them in the day though. Yeah, no, we're really good at these just poppy answers.
Man.
Sound bites.
If you have a fast forward button, now would be the time. All right, man. Thank you.
Name's Vinny, thank you for coming. Question for Elizabeth and a question for Brett. Elizabeth, when you were doing, kind of touched on earlier, when you were doing Simmons and Ultimate Spider-Man, how was it to adapt your character to that form?
I'm pretty easy, really, because it was the same one. They wrote all the lines, so it was just a really quick process. You just kind of say them in slightly different ways. There's a point where we morph into lizards, I think they were. That That was a new skill that I've learned, what the sound effects to morphing into a reptile are, so that was fun. But it was, I mean, it was, the character was already there, so it was quite quick. Yeah.
And Brett, can we get you on Ultimate Spider-Man in some capacity too?
I mean, is it up to me?
How would you handle that?
I would say yes, please. Tell me where to be.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I would love to do that.
So, just to cut in, we'll just give it 10 minutes sign, rather than take 15. So let's make these rapid fire if we can.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is kind of similar to a previous question, but it was directed towards Elizabeth. If your character was an inhuman, what powers would you want?
Ooh, can you imagine? She'd freak out so much. She'd probably just want to have. She'd probably not want to have to sleep. No, does that make sense?
Yeah.
She would want to not need to sleep. She's so obsessed with work and everything that she'd probably just like be done with sleep.
Yeah, and no gills.
Yeah. Thank you.
What is your favorite ward to act as? Like good ward, evil ward, which one?
Good cry.
I think Evil Board. Hopefully the action figure is coming out soon. It's just a beard.
I apologize, I just distracted Sean.
Sean, where'd you go? We need you. Sean!
Yeah, Sean.
Come on, Sean!
He's gonna stab.
It's too high, the microphone's too high.
Forget everything I said before the panel.
My question is for Ward. What did it feel like when you left S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Sad. Thanks for asking.
That's rapid fire as it gets, really.
Yeah. Sean! You got this, Sean. I believe in you. We believe in you, Sean.
And well, first I kind of want to know, and I know the Civil War movie's been out, but which side would you really
Like Team Cap or Team Iron Man? Team Hydra, baby. I guess it is now. But they didn't know that.
My question.
Oh, spoilers. Next question.
What's your favorite?
Sorry, I had to interrupt. I've been given the wrap-up signal like 5 minutes early, but...
And Sean, it was because of Sean, wasn't it?
So the book says 12:30 to 1:30, do you? Yeah. No, it's 12:30 to 1:30, bro. And anyone who has a problem with that can fight me.
That's right.
All right, then just have to fight him.
I'll be standing behind Elizabeth. We'll give you some angry looks. I would write a strongly worded letter. With some colorful language.
In all seriousness, though, let's rapid fire through these last few questions.
What's your favorite prop / superpower weapon from the Ages of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
My favourite prop is the microscope, because you can look like you're really clever and doing something when actually. Mine of yours is your coat, your long coat.
Let's go with that, because I look fabulous when I twirl in it. Trust us.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, thank you.
Unfortunately, my question already got answered. I'm not going to make you, I'm not going to make you go through the sticky goo again. But
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
you've had some amazing guest stars like Powers Booth, Crowley Lockwood, and all that.
I've killed many of them.
What was it like to work with those? Some of those.
Well, Elizabeth got to work with Samuel L. Jackson.
They kept me in a hyperbaric chamber for the whole time, which was probably insightful of them.
As per contract, it's
I did stay in it the whole time because I was too nervous to get in and out in between takes. I wanted to be very professional. And then at the end of the scene, I was dancing because I just couldn't believe it happened. I was so happy, and I didn't think he was there. And I turned around, and he was right there.
Giving you that old evil eye. The one eye because you got a patch. Anyway, we've got a number of really incredible people on our show, and I think that for some of them, they've never done anything in the superhero genre, and they come in, I think, maybe a little bit tentative. Obviously, they have this huge career and they're legends, but I think every single one of them walks away going, I had the best time. Like, this was so incredible. You guys are awesome, and I just enjoyed it. And I can say that's true for Bill Paxton and Powers. They were just like pleasantly surprised. He was pretty amazing.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
You got 10 more minutes.
Sean, we love
Somebody get him a watch.
you. Hey, good man, yeah.
In front of everyone, too. Yeah.
I don't have to fight us.
Are we still in rapid fire mode, or?
Oh, yeah.
So when you saw you and Chloe Bennett were going to have some more scenes together towards the end of the third season.
You could work for Marvel. I see what you did there. That's good dancing around. Yeah. Nice.
Were you guys excited about that? Were you really missing, or were you like, it's on?
No, it's great. Yeah. Okay. So this is not a spoiler, but there is a kind of Skyward reunion that's kind of.
It was a long time coming.
Yeah, it was a long time coming, and it's kind of an incredibly twisted version of their reunion. It was very fun. It was very fun because, her and I was there for her screen test, so I've known Chloe more than literally anybody else on this entire show. And I didn't have a car for the first couple of months that I was here. We were sharing one car, so she would give me a ride home every day as well. So we're like really close. And then now for us to have all of these scenes after she's got superpowers, now I'm a centuries-old parasitic alien. Lots have happened, Things are so much simpler on the bus with Coulson, and he was like, what's an 084? I don't know, let's figure it out. Remember those days? Those seemed so easy. It was fun. It was a lot of fun to finally, work with her.
Thank you.
Thank you. Easier than hailing a cab.
There's one thing you can change about your character. If there's one thing you can change about your characters, what would it be?
I'd make her a bit more forthright, because, her and Fitz could have got together 10 years ago.
Hive should twirl more, because he's a theatrical guy. He knows how to make an entrance, and he likes speaking quietly and carrying a big coat.
And can you do the little head thing? Can you do that? I love that.
you very much. I need the coat. I don't have the coat. The coat is the full. Yeah, nice to see you again.
Here's my question. It's actually in regards to the season finale. It's like there's the after. This is like the after stuff going on. Like, okay, see what happens. But that's why I'm rocking the shirt. That's why I'm rocking the shirt in regards to that. So my question is, and that's is like in the season finale between the final conflict between Hyde and Olsen.
Plug your ears, everyone, as I sing that. Yeah.
The season is like between Hyde and Olsen. Colson walks up off that shit, and then you see Hyde in your face, and then it just makes me his face just that disintegrates, and all of a sudden he gets pissed off. Then, then Colson beats him on, and then you're like, oh, out of nowhere, just goes like, I'm always going to do this. Tell me what you want to know, you're my only home. Who breaks off that?
What? Jen Whedon wrote that episode. Oh, that particular, I mean, he gets the credit for it. Yeah, I mean, there's a writer's room, but yeah, he wrote that final episode. And that's, I mean, that's gold though, isn't it? I mean, I think Clark, when he was doing it, was like,
I have been informed by a second member of staff.
Well, you wait until you get a third and a fourth and a fifth.
So I'm afraid that is going to have to be our last question.
Good question.
Oh, and that won't be until a third member of staff. I've got 5 minutes left. I think the 3 of us versus the 3 of you. How's that sound? Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up just to be on the safe side, because I'm not sure what's going on anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Henstridge.